Imagine in your life, had you ever felt if you hadn't made that one decision, if you hadn't said that thing, if you had paused and thought differently, where would you be right now? Have you ever looked back and felt a quiet regret? Not because you didn't try, but because you reacted on emotion, on assumption, on impulse. You're not alone. Most of the decisions we regret don't come from lack of intelligence. They come from poor assumptions, faulty thinking, moments where we thought we were in control, but we weren't. And that's what this is about. Because once you understand how your mind actually works, once you learn how to think with clarity instead of noise, you start navigating your life. This video is not just a lesson, it's a turning point. Let's begin. Every day, we make hundreds of decisions, from what to eat, to who to trust, to what to believe. But here's the truth. Most of those decisions aren't really ours. They're driven by emotion, by pressure, by habits we don't even notice. But what if I told you there's a tool inside your mind that can change that? A way to take back control, to see clearly, even when life gets loud. It's called logical thinking. And once you learn to use it, your mind becomes unstoppable. Logic isn't just for math or science. It's not about being a genius or emotionless. Logic is simply clear thinking. It's a way to organize your thoughts, to stop guessing, to stop reacting, and to start making decisions that actually make sense. Think of it as GPS for your mind. There are two main ways we think. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman calls them System 1 and System 2. System 1 is fast, automatic, emotional. It helps you dodge a car or answer a simple question fast. System 2 is slow, logical, careful. It helps you solve problems, reflect and see things clearly. But here's the catch. Most of us use System 1 way too much. We react without thinking. We assume, we guess, we jump. And that's where mistakes happen. Let's break down one type of logic inductive thinking. You see something happen over and over, like, say, your friend being late every time. You assume they'll be late next time too. That's induction. We all use it. It's how we predict weather, traffic, even people's moods. But here's the warning. It's not always right. Just because something happened before doesn't mean it will again. So use it, but don't blindly trust it. Now let's talk about deductive thinking, the more solid kind. It starts with a true fact, then applies it to a situation. Example, all dogs bark. This is a dog, so this dog will probably bark. Simple, right? When your facts are true, your conclusion is strong. This is how scientists test ideas and how smart people make solid choices. Logic isn't just for school, it's for real life. You're scrolling Instagram, someone says, if you don't buy this, you're falling behind. That's not logic, that's pressure. You're talking to someone, they attack you instead of your idea. That's a logical fallacy called ad hominem. You see, logic helps you see through manipulation. It helps you ask better questions. It helps you say, wait, that doesn't add up. Now we get to the real question. How do I train myself to think logically? Here's the good news. Logical thinking isn't a talent, it's a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained, sharpened, and mastered. Let's break it down. Your brain loves shortcuts. But, emotional shortcuts are the most dangerous. Say someone cuts you off in traffic, your instinct says, they're a jerk. That's emotional reasoning. Instead, pause. Ask yourself, is it possible they didn't see me? Were they distracted? Having an emergency? You've just moved from emotion to logic. This is called cognitive decoupling, stepping back from emotion to explore other explanations. Train this by catching your emotional reactions before they take over. Logical thinkers are honestly curious thinkers. They always ask, why is this true, and what if I'm wrong? Next time you hear a strong opinion, yours or someone else's, don't accept it blindly. Ask, what's the evidence? What would change if this weren't true? This simple practice rewires your brain. It builds epistemic humility, the awareness that what you believe might not be the full truth. And that humility, it's the foundation of real intelligence. Have you ever imagined how a chess game plays out before making a move? That's mental modeling, and honestly, it's a powerful logic tool. Whenever you're about to make a decision, just imagine what happens next. And after that, try to play out 2 or 3 different outcomes in your mind. This kind of exercise actually trains your prefrontal cortex, the brain's planning center. And you know, it builds foresight, the ability to think long-term in a short-term world. Here's where most thinking breaks down. We confuse facts with assumptions. For example, she hasn't replied to my message, she must be ignoring me. Now, is that a fact or just a guess? The moment you start labeling your thoughts as either facts or assumptions, you really do regain control. This is called cognitive restructuring, and it's a core method used in cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, to rewire negative or faulty thinking. We all have mental blind spots called cognitive biases, like confirmation bias, where we only believe information that supports what we already think, or availability bias, thinking something is more true just because you saw it recently. So how do you fight bias? Well, you expose yourself to opposing views. You play devil's advocate against yourself. This doesn't just improve your logic, it makes you stronger, calmer, and honestly more open-minded. Logical thinking requires focus. And in today's world, your focus is under attack. Notifications, scroll feeds, endless tabs. You can't think deeply if your brain's switching tasks every 15 seconds. Start small, read 1 article, start to finish. Watch 1 long-form video without checking your phone. Have 1 conversation without multitasking. These tiny focus wins build mental stamina, which is essential for structured, logical thinking. Thinking in your head is messy. It jumps around, it repeats, it forgets. But when you write your thoughts down, you can see your logic clearly. Use tools like bullet points, mind maps, pros and cons lists, flowcharts. Writing helps you debug your thinking, like spotting bugs in code. It turns chaos into clarity. Logical thinking doesn't make you cold, it makes you powerful. In relationships, it helps you stop overthinking. In business, it helps you make smart moves. In life, it helps you stay calm when others panic. When you think clearly, you don't just follow life, you lead it. And the best part, anyone can learn it, even if you've never thought of yourself as logical before. Logic is your quiet superpower. It cuts through chaos. It clears the fog. It helps you see the truth, even when emotions try to hide it. So today, slow down. Think, ask questions, and let your mind guide you, not your mood. Because when you think better, you live better.